Good morning and welcome to all the participants joined in the weekend virtual work-life balance program. We have with us today's resource person, Mr. Garbit Bass, and our mentor, Mr. Deepak Khanduri. We welcome you both in the virtual program on work-life balance. We are conducting the virtual work-life balance from Monday to Friday at 8:30 p.m. and on Saturday and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. So with this, we welcome you all on this platform of virtual program on work-life balance. For introduction of our today's session resource person, Mr. Garbit Bass, I would like to request Mr. Deepak Khanduri to introduce him and thereafter handing over the session to Mr. Garbit Bass for further proceeding. Over to Mr. Deepak Khanduri.
Thank you, Dr. Samit. Good morning, everyone. Today we have Mr. Garbit, having a prestigious combination of IIT and IIM. He's a graduate of IIT Delhi and IIM Calcutta, and he has over 2 decades of experience in corporate heading, strategy, and transformation. He has been an avid meditator since student life and now spends time training fellow practitioners interested in meditation. And he also takes up heartfulness sessions in corporates around where he stays, those who are interested in taking this up further. With this brief introduction, I hand over the session to Mr. Garbit for that session today.
Thank you, Deepak Bhai. Good morning, everyone, and it's a true privilege to be talking to all of you through this channel. We can't see each other, at least I can't see you at the moment, but it's great to be participating in this truly noble initiative. And as all of you know, we are all in the same boat in terms of work-life balance, in terms of happiness, mental health, and all these issues which are very related to each other. So what we'll do is we will start with a video which is from Daji, and he very beautifully talks about the importance of meditation and a contemplative mind, and how meditation and contemplative mind are instrumental in bringing peace and success to our worldly, professional, as well as personal endeavors. Post that, we can take a few questions. We can spend a few minutes discussing the message of the video. And then after that, we'll do relaxation, meditation, and open it up for any further questions. So without much ado, let me share my screen and let's go through what Daji has to say in this video.
You don't get tired when you love your work. When you don't love your work, it tires you very fast. Your attitude towards the work has to change. Do you love your work? Then something will happen, something can happen. I will start with quotation from Lord Krishna. He says, Asantasya kutah sukham. One who is not at peace, how can he derive happiness? Happiness is sought by everything. Every living being seeks happiness without any exception. Be it an ant or a monkey or a donkey or a bird or human beings. Everyone seeks some sort of happiness. Happiness is possible. Is it possible when you are not at peace? And is peace possible in the lack of harmony? Is harmony possible without contemplative, focused mind? Is focused mind possible without meditation? So meditation is one way of arriving through all these steps, focused mind, contemplative mind, creating harmony, creating peace, arriving at happiness. Now, when you ask a question on openness, opening of the heart is always a must. Without it, there is no go. Opening of the heart means listening the others, perceiving the others without any prejudice. The moment you bring in prejudice, suppose I am listening to you, at the same time I am processing in my mind how to answer you back and hit you hard, then I am not listening to you. I would say it is heartful listening. Listen very heartfully, with joy, with patience, with poise. And poise is the product of meditation. Often we don't listen. We say, I'm hearing you, but we don't listen. Number one problem. Number two is already this listening is tainted with a prejudice. And number three is the ego. Though you like the statement, suggestion made by others, and this happens between the bosses, especially bosses who are appointed by the chairman. And these bosses, when some subordinate comes up and says, sir, let's do it this way, and the boss gets angry, even though the subordinate is right, and that creates a lot of problems. So, lack of openness, acceptance. So, openness and acceptance are also the elements that go together. Okay. And this all, I would say, you see, I give you my own example from my business days, business times. Even simple things like, what to manufacture? Will this product fly? What is the consequence? What are the legal ramifications? What are the financial ramifications? What are the professional, technological aspect of it? You'll have multiple choices in all these arenas. Right? And for that you have to have a meeting with so many people, but you are the best person to decide on that. Just close your eyes and dissect everything in your head. You'll come to a right conclusion. What to order, what not to order, whom to associate with, whom not to associate with. And the simplest thing is, when you have 10 people meeting you or 10 projects, and when you are meditating and you saw your notes that I have to meet these 10 individuals and 10 things are pending for me. In meditation, you'll be able to filter it. Not this, not this, not this. And you'll come to only what is most important and vital. So you end up selecting what is right, where I should be effectively spending my time with, and where I should, or individuals I should be avoiding. So it filters out. So I would say the solution to many problems is meditation. And Lord Krishna himself says that meditative mind, which is a product of meditation, is in a state of yoga. Right? And when you are in a state of yoga, he said, yoga karmashu kausalam. Through such a state of mind, every activity attains perfection. So I highly recommend this yogic approach, spiritual approach to life. See, without spiritual approach to material life, Bhautik Jivan, our day-to-day affairs in the business world, life will go unsatisfied. You can become very successful in whatsoever you are doing, but if there is no touch of spirituality, there is no fragrance, there is no juice in it, there is no life in it. Once you bring spirituality into equation, for example, in relationship, spirituality means love. Right? Whenever you say in my family there is love, with my children there is love, in my work there is love. When you do the work with love, it doesn't trouble you at all. You don't get tired when you love your work. When you don't love your work, it tires you very fast. Your attitude towards the work has to change. Do you love your work? Then something will happen, something can happen. I give you an example. My Guruji used to say, look at the laborer in the farm. He's cursing his boss and working. When am I going to go home? I don't even get enough money. Why should I be doing this? And they shortcut everything. He's not developing muscles, though he gets enough food from his boss. And look at your son or daughter going to gym with an attitude that I'm going to gym, I'm building my body, I'm becoming fit. If the same attitude the farmer had, that I'm becoming fit by working hard and I'm enjoying this work, then his body will also improve. That's the difference between a good employee and a bad employee, attitude. More than your professional, I would say, knowledge, professional expertise, I prefer that people develop attitude first. And then professionalism can add to it. Then you become better in your acts. Even sleep, I would say, when you go to sleep because you are tired, versus when you are going to sleep with a restive, peaceful mind, when you have made peace with everything that you have done during the day, you settle the score and go to sleep. That sleep changes its nature and you'll be so fresh when you awaken in the morning, and as soon as you're up, meditate, carry the meditative mind to your office, come back home, iron out all the mental creases or feelings that you have created during the day, and interact with the family. So the whole cycle is fascinating actually, and the atmosphere of the home will change. When you spouse and yourself are meditating together, imagine the energy field it creates, and the children, when they see you two meditate together, they'll also, the energy vibrations will also rub off on them, see?
All right, so that was a video from Daji and filled with wisdom. Every section he gave us some golden nuggets around how to make our life peaceful, successful, happy. So let me just quickly go through some of the things that he discussed, and then we'll jump into our relaxation meditation. So he started with the importance of focused mind, quoting the Gita. And he beautifully related that to be happy, we have to be peaceful. If you are not at peace, you cannot be happy, right? We have all experienced this, that without feeling the peace, we cannot be happy. If we are angry, if we are stressed, we won't say we are in a happy state. So we've established that to feel happy, we need to be at peace. So what do we need to be at peace? We need to be in harmony of what we are doing, the people around us. If we have lack of harmony at home, at work, or in our mind, all of us have experienced that we cannot experience peace. So to get harmony now, what do? Can we have harmony if our mind is moving around? It's not settled, it's not contemplative and focused. So if we establish this chain, that to be happy, we have to be peaceful and at harmony, which comes through a contemplative mind, then essentially, how do we create a contemplative and focused mind? And that is through meditation. So Daji very beautifully starts with establishing the importance of meditation for a happy life. Then the next thing that we all experience at work, sometimes we are at the receiving end, sometimes we are, the culprits of not listening. And a lot of times our mind is not contemplative, we are busy, so we are not able to listen to what the other person is saying, which leads to a whole lot of issues in itself. And at other times, we are not able to listen because we are carrying our biases, which would mean that, let's say, we had an experience with a team member and they come up with an idea, but we have a bias that they are lazy or they, whatever bias we could carry. So in that case, as soon as they start saying anything, instead of listening, we are busy thinking about how to counteract the idea or whatever they are saying. And hence starts a chain of reactions where the person who is giving the idea or trying to talk is feeling unheard, and the person who is listening is also not getting the benefit of the idea and instead trying to spend the energy in counteracting. So that is one big thing, that how do we listen? And to do that, we need to have poise and we need to kill our biases and be open to what is being said. The importance of open mind. And meditation again helps with all of this by creating poise in us. And when we sit and meditate for, let's say, 25-30 minutes, when we resolve all the creases, as Daji said in the video, then slowly and slowly our heart and mind open up. And that opening is for everybody. It is not selective. And that leads to better listening. The other idea that Daji spoke of is the benefit that we get out of meditation by developing some sort of discrimination, viveka of what to do, what not to do. You can get 10 different ideas. You can get different opinions from different people. You can get into a meeting. There could be a lot of differing opinions, but then how do you decide? And that is where, again, meditation somehow helps. When you meditate, when your mind is calm, poised, relaxed, it suddenly, helps you decide what to do, what not to do automatically. So some sort of power of intuition develops. And if you listen to Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, a lot of very, very successful people in the field of science and business, they've all spoken of the importance of intuition, discrimination, and all of this becomes possible through only meditation. Then Daji goes on to say, Yogasa, Yogaha Karmasu Kausalam. This is again from Gita, meaning yoga is perfection in action. And the concept of success, that success can be with life and success can be lifeless. Let's say we are very, very successful in a material sense, that we have progressed in our material life, we have progressed in the company, or we have grown a big business, but there is no peace, there is no happiness. Everyone is stressed, everyone at home, at the company, in the team is stressed. So that success in a way is lifeless. On the other hand, if we bring a tinge of spirituality into our life and it flows into our work, into our behavior, into our day-to-day interactions, you will suddenly see that everything is becoming more meaningful and there is more fulfillment in every action. And this tinge of spirituality is nothing but love. And that love arises in the heart. It is not an act, but it's a state where you are so relaxed, so happy, so calm from within, that in every act that you do, it becomes more meaningful, more fulfilling. Then next, Daji spoke about importance of attitude, that how a laborer will toil day in, day out, and yet they wouldn't really develop a very healthy, solid body. On the other hand, someone going to a gymnasium, you would see would start developing a very healthy, solid body with a lot of muscles very, very fast. So that's a simple example of how our attitude helps. So in whatever we do, if we have that attitude, it brings us into a higher accelerated sense of I would say accelerated success. Then attitude is even important from a sleep perspective. You would notice that, let's say you are very tired, you are drop dead tired, and you come and you basically crash on the bed, immediately fall to sleep. But then in a few hours you get up and your mind is racing and you're not able to sleep anymore. Or you get up in the middle of the night thinking about work or interactions from the day or the past day. On the other hand, if you've come home and you've done some contemplation, some cleaning, what we call in Heartfulness as cleaning, where we sit with the thought that all complexities and impurities of the day are leaving us, and we do that, and then we spend 5-10 minutes before sleeping contemplating on the day, resolving what is unresolved in our own mind, then suddenly the quality of sleep changes dramatically. So in a way, Daji gave us a lot of golden nuggets in this video, both for our professional lives as well as our personal lives, importance of meditation, how it leads to a focused, contemplative mind leading to peace and happiness, open mind, poise, which helps us in listening, taking better decisions, intuitively helping us resolve questions in our mind in a faster, better fashion, generating an open atmosphere around us of love, which reflects in every action that we do. And then finally, how it changes the entire atmosphere around us at our homes, leading to much more congenial, happy, harmonious life. So I hope that all of you were able to capture some of these nuggets and you would be able to take these back to your life. And with that, I'm not sure if we can get the questions now, take the questions now. But if there are no questions, then we will jump into heartfulness relaxation and then we will do meditation. And then
At the end, only the question will be there at the end.
okay, perfect. Okay, so in that case, I would request everybody to find a comfortable place and we will do relaxation. And after that, we will do meditation. Some of you would have done meditation in the past, heartfulness meditation. You would know the method. Some of you might be joining for the first time, but what we do is, as I say, please start meditation. You gently take your attention to the heart and feel the source of light is already present in the heart and pulling our attention within. What will happen is you will slowly start going deeper and deeper into your heart. But if your mind gets digressed into some thought, if you feel that you are chasing some thought or some discussion in your own mind, just gently remind yourself that you are meditating. Bring your attention back into your heart. And don't try to chase or don't try to push the thoughts out. If you do either, you are basically giving attention to the thoughts. So just ignore the thoughts. Bring your attention back to your heart. Heartfulness meditation has the concept of transmission. Because of transmission, which is pranahuti, energy from the source, this transmission that is given in heartfulness meditation enables us to go very deep, very fast. So with that, let's jump into relaxation and then we'll do meditation. So please sit comfortably. Gently close your eyes. With a lot of love and gratitude in the heart, let's take a suggestion that healing energy from Mother Earth is entering our being and healing us. Let's begin with the toes. Feel the energy entering your toes, feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs, the sitting area, your entire lower body is now completely relaxed. Take a deep breath and let go. Feel the healing energy moving up into the lower back, upper back, feel the energy moving freely in all of your back. Let the energy move forward into your stomach. All the abdominal muscles are completely relaxed. Energy is moving up into our chest, shoulders, our shoulders are simply melting away in this healing energy, getting completely relaxed. Energy is moving into our upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, palms, and fingers. Gently bring your attention to your neck, the healing energy is completely relaxing our neck. It's moving up into our jaws, relax your jaws and feel the energy going deep into your cheeks, nose, ears, eyes, forehead, Bring your attention to the top of your head. Feel the energy entering your mind. Your mind is now completely still and relaxed. Our entire body is now completely relaxed. Gently move your attention to your heart. Feel the light and love already present there. This light is attracting our attention within. We will now meditate on the heart. If your mind gets diverted into thoughts, just gently remind yourself that you are meditating and bring your attention back to the heart. Please start meditation. That's all. You can keep your eyes closed and observe your condition. See how you are feeling physically. Is your body more relaxed? Emotionally? Mentally and spiritually? What is the condition now, and what was it before we meditated? Whenever you feel ready, you may gently open your eyes. Okay, it seems like we've got a few questions. Hope everyone had a good meditation and you're feeling more relaxed. So let me just read out the question and then I can give my thoughts on how I bring these questions into my life and how I resolve some of these things. So the first question is, what are primary sources of satisfaction or dissatisfaction at work? And what resources or support would meaningfully improve your happiness? So the next question is also quite related. What opportunities would be most meaningful for realizing our potential? Okay, so the first one is just sources of satisfaction or dissatisfaction at work. So this is a very individual question on what is our motivation to go to work. And based on that, based on our motivation, our source of satisfaction or dissatisfaction can be different. So if there are lots of layers in this question that we can peel, but to keep the answer a little concise, let me just say that if our motivation at work is individual brilliance and that we shine, then the chances are that with most interactions, we will look for ways for, boosting ourselves, our ego, and that will lead to discord. On the other hand, if our motivation at work is excellence, like Daji said, yogaha karmasu kausalam. Yoga is excellence in work. So if our motivation is to seek excellence or perfection in work, then it will lead to a great sense of satisfaction if we give our work our 100% on a daily basis. So satisfaction and dissatisfaction can depend on individual motivations. What I've seen is whenever I've focused on work, on the team, and the outcome that my teams can achieve, I have largely come out, by and large, very, very satisfied. And whenever I have focused on myself or my individual goals, and to shine individually, it has by and large led to dissatisfaction, even if we were able to deliver the project. What resources or support would meaningfully improve our happiness? Again, like we discussed in the earlier part before meditation, that happiness we can only experience when we are at peace. Imagine you are very angry or you are irritated. Can you ever say that you are actually happy? So the basic fundamental need to be happy is to have some peace, which can come from harmony. Let's say you are fighting at home or fighting at work. There is lack of harmony. There can never be peace if there is no harmony. And to have harmony, we need to begin with ourselves. We need to have an integrated mind, which is contemplative, relaxed in itself. So I would say that is the biggest resource that we have. That is the biggest resource that we have, which is a contemplative mind to meaningfully improve our happiness. At a material level, that can translate into a good team, a good support system around us, a few mentors, a few confidants in whom we can go and discuss. But eventually, the purpose is all to get to a better state of mind. So I hope that it gave you some answer. I know that these are very deep and meaningful questions, and no, 2 minutes won't do justice, but I hope that you are getting a gist of this, at least from, my limited understanding of life and whatever 20 plus years I've spent at corporate. And then there is a question around what opportunities would be most meaningful for realizing our potential. So there could be a potential in the material world, in the spiritual world. So again, the question can have a lot of layers. The potential in the spiritual world is infinite. We seek infinity, we go towards infinity, and every day is a solid opportunity to move towards that. Every act that we do, every decision that we make, either pushes us forward towards that infinity or pulls us back. So every single small interaction. Swami Vivekananda said that if you want to look at a saint, or if you want to see if a person is a saint, look at their small actions. Anybody has the potential to be great at large events or big events in life, but how we do small things that reflect our potential, our character. And then there's a beautiful question on how we can transform culture overnight. What changes would have a significant impact? So, someone said culture eats strategy for breakfast, right? So if culture eats strategy for breakfast, strategy takes, few months to be built and delivered. If culture is eating strategy for breakfast, you can imagine culture will probably take longer time than overnight. But if you still want to change your culture, and if you are very sincere about it, I would start with contemplating on what parts I want to change, contemplating on what parts I want to change in myself, and then in my team, and then in my organization. So I would basically take an inside out approach. I'll start from inside and start going towards outside. That will help me understand things better, and it will take away the biases. So I'll start with the center of my being and go take it outer and outer and outer. And that way you will be able to, objectively assess what parts you want to change. And in most of these, when you start from inside, you will see that, meditation will be a great tool. So the question is, if we could transform aspects of the culture overnight, what changes would have a significant impact? I would say that if you take this approach, this will have a tremendous impact on your team culture, on your company culture. And imagine if everyone were to adopt this approach of inside out. And meditation will be a great, great help in taking this approach.
You are spot on, Garvit bhai. Exactly. Very nicely put. But if I could be more specific, what I have experienced, that if there could be one thing that could be transformed, one is empathy and listening. If people at all levels, across all levels, would have ability to listen to their peers or subordinates or seniors, it could be something greatly transforming a company. I don't know what is your opinion, but this is what I could gather.
No, thank you, Deepak bhai. I absolutely agree. Most of the cultural issues start with miscommunication, lack of listening. And if we could just listen when the other person is saying something. Imagine if Deepak bhai was trying to give me an idea and I was thinking, why is Deepak bhai giving an idea when I'm supposed to do that? Immediately there will be a discord, there will be a tension, and all of you will perceive it, not just the two of us. So idea is to drop all biases, drop yourself. The biggest thing is how we can drop ourselves from the equation and think about what is in front of us instead of ourselves. And then we can listen, which also is the next question. How have we handled the situation in the workplace where there was a miscommunication? So again, first of all, I think we should contemplate why there was a miscommunication. And most likely someone was not listening, or maybe everyone was just trying to communicate or not listen. So the biggest thing is listen. And then let's say if there is miscommunication already happening, how do we handle this? I think the first step to handle this is to go out there and listen and be transparent, be vulnerable, and let the other person speak with poise, without biases. Like Daji said earlier, that to listen, you need to be at poise, you need to drop biases, you need to be open and drop your own ego for that moment. And then when people feel heard, slowly and slowly, you will see just the act of listening will drop some of miscommunication. Just that act of listening will dissolve some tension and the communication will start getting better. That brings us to the end of all the questions and also to the top of the hour. So with that, let me hand it back to Dr. Sambit.
One question coming into my mind, how we can handle the peers when our situation in the worstmost situation in a workplace.
Sambit bhai, मैंने क्या देखा है? What I've seen is that in my, we all come across these situations, and not reacting in the moment is the first thing I have seen personally that helps. Let's say you get a nasty email from a peer and your reaction is to, okay, how did this person say this? I'm going to respond now. And then you respond, they respond, and then the chain continues and it gets uglier. Or you're on the floor and you're talking to somebody and your peer starts pulling accusations at you, and you feel sense of disrespect and insult, and your credibility is being lost on the floor. Believe me, in my experience, if we try to be defensive in that moment, it only gets bad. On the other hand, if you just listen patiently, without agreeing or disagreeing, just come to the neutral point, listen, that will resolve some of the tension. And then an open communication, will obviously help.
Yes, bhai. But I just wanted to add something here. Like what you said is the perfect answer. We need to pause and regain our composure. But in a real life situation, when it happens, it is not so easy. It takes a lot of character for a person not to be reactive and to have a smile and be a little considerate to other person who is saying something which is, discordant. So it takes a lot of patience and some character building, and of course, heartfulness helps to take it. But then it pays in the long run. There are others also who observe this behavior, and they are really, you can say, commendable. They commend your maturity. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. We are thankful to Mr. Garbhit for deliberating on the various aspects of the communication, how it's listening skills, and that one is how the communication skills helpful in our future endeavors on the professional endeavors. With this, we are also thankful to our mentor, Mr. Deepak Khanduri, for his for making its experienceful session, as well as put his opinion in between. Also, it's helpful to us to get it in that better answer for all the queries and all these things. Above all, we are thankful to each and every participant joined in this weekend virtual program on work-life balance conducted by the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in association with Heartfulness. We are thankful to each and everyone sparing their time for getting into that work-life balance program. With this, we conclude the today's session. Thanks to all.
Thank you all.